Can you see there's a mic?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to tonight's webinar. We'll get started in a few minutes, and I just wanted to say welcome, and I'm so happy that you made it. I'm excited about tonight's first live webinar, and I hope this to be one of many to come. We're hoping to do at least 2 a month, and with time, maybe a little bit more frequently. So if you can hear me, great, but if you're having trouble hearing me, please let me know, and we'll be able to check on what you write into us, and we'll be able to make those corrections as we go. All right, so get yourself cozy, go get yourself a cup of coffee, some tea, or whatever you'd like to drink, and let's wait for the rest of the people to come on board, and we'll get started really, really soon, okay? So hang in there. I'll be back. Also, if you've got some questions, make sure you start writing them in, because that way I can go ahead and start looking at them and answering your questions as well. So don't be shy. Ask me. I'd like for this to be a really nice personal conversation between you and me. And ask me whatever you want. I'm an open book, and I like to share everything with you. All right? So go for it. Be back. Still have a few minutes to go. So you want to join me on a really quick 3-finger meditation, and maybe we'll do this a little bit later on during the webinar. Go ahead and join me in. I'm just going to close my eyes and get into my inner levels based on my points of reference. And I'm just going to program that tonight goes really, really well, and that I'm able to meet and satisfy your needs in every way. And that we have a lot of fun together tonight. You program that you're going to hear information that can really help in your goal to maintain strong and healthy. That you'll be seeking out valuable points that can really make a difference in your life. And at the end of the webinar, that you're going to say, yes, I'm going to start applying that today in my life and make positive changes from now on for the rest of my life. And you're also going to start thinking about some of the topics that you may want to explore in upcoming webinars. Okay, done. That's kind of like a 1-2 minute meditation, maybe a 1 minute meditation. That's kind of what I do all throughout the day. So we'll talk more about that as we go. All right?
Let me know the sound if you can hear me. Comment. Ask them to
Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, say yes. You can hear me fine. Let me just go ahead and turn off this here so that I won't be hearing so many little bings. And Yeah, so if you can't hear me, I really would appreciate that you let me know. All right. Okay, guys, I think we're on. So welcome to tonight's webinar, which has to do with how to maintain health and stay energetic. We sent out a survey, and many of you participate in that survey, and that's why we're doing this webinar. It was really important for us to find out, what is it that you need? What do you want to learn more about when it comes to the Silva method and applying it to your everyday lifestyle? And many of you said, which we're really happy to read, that you were pretty healthy to begin with, and what you wanted to do is maintain health the rest of your life. That's my goal. I always challenge my students in all my seminars that, I plan to die healthy. I plan to leave this life or leave this planet in perfect health. And I say, who wants to join me? And of course, everybody wants to. And I really know that that's a very doable goal. One of my aunts, my great aunts, passed away last year at the age of 97. She was really healthy. She looked like she was 70. And I just always think about her when I think about people who pass away in perfect health. They just say, it's my time to go. I've had a full life. I love my life. It was great, but it's time to go. And they leave happy and they leave healthy. I had a really great old family friend who passed away last week at the age of 91. And he just felt it was his time to go. And he literally left healthy. And I think we can see more and more of that, especially with Silva practitioners, because we have tools that can help us to achieve that. So our goal is to live our life, the rest of our lives, healthy. A really good dear friend of mine and a long-time Silva method instructor and director of instructor training, Ken Kosham, taught me many years ago that the human body is a machine. And most machines with use deteriorate. They get worn and torn with time, but not the human body. The human body gets better with use. So we want to keep these thoughts in mind, because we want to really learn, what is it going to take for us to maintain health. Now, I'm going to be 62 this year, and I feel really strong, vibrant, sexy, and I feel like I'm thriving, and I think my life is at its best point today than it ever has been. And I really feel like every year I feel stronger and more energetic. It's not to say that I don't have my ups and downs. Of course we do. We're humans, we're machines, or we're beings, organisms that have glitches from time to time, that fall short from time to time, and you need to allow yourself that. Because many times if you don't make time to have some downtime or slow down, or if you don't make time for you to relax and rest, your body's going to do it for you. And sometimes when we're on the go, and and we don't stop to really relax and enjoy that downtime, then I'm not surprised that your system gets a little weaker, your immune system also gets weaker, and you're more susceptible to viruses or catching colds and things of that nature. It's just like your body just telling you, relax, take some time off for yourself, you need this rest. So don't be hard on yourself whenever you do find that you get a cold, or you have some kind of a maybe under the weather situation. You're only human. Just get yourself back up and get back on track. In fact, I recently felt that way. I was feeling a little under the weather, and I'd been on the go a lot. I went to a couple of funerals. I had to fly to another country and back, and it was a very trying moment, especially during this time of the year for us in the Silva household. And I just thought, okay, that's good. I need to rest, enjoy my day in bed, make time to see some old movies I've never seen, because I'm not much of a television watcher or or see many programs or anything like that. And I really enjoyed it. I needed that kind of nice, deep, restful moment during my day. And I really was able to enjoy it, do a lot of meditating, goal setting, caught up in some films, and really enjoyed that time. So if you don't do it for yourself, your body will do it for you. But right away, you get back on track. drink plenty of fluids, make sure you energize your water, you energize your food, make sure that you do your meditations, imagine yourself strong and healthy, that you do everything that you need to do. Work with your health caretaker. If you're given some medications, take them. That's what they're for. You don't have to do it alone. Doctors are there to help you, and medications are there to help you when you use them properly. And so do what you have to do to get yourself back on track and then get going again. So just a little bit of a sidetrack or a sidebar. Tonight I really want to talk to you about health and how to stay healthy. And looking at some of the things that I want to share with you tonight, I looked up, different things about staying healthy on the website. I did a little bit of surfing, and really interesting to see that almost every single one of those sites where you say, staying healthy, it had to do with physical health. And I find that really interesting because one or two maybe addressed other areas like strong relationships, forgiveness, being able to laugh a lot, having a good social experience, or having good social contacts, and just being able to build on those other aspects that are not so much physical but more spiritual or subjective in nature. And I think that still today people, even in the field of medicine, and are missing a big portion of what's really valuable. And although the only real thing that we tend to see and connect with more than anything else happens to be the body, because we can see, hear, smell, touch, and taste it, basically. It's physical, it's tangible. We think that that's the biggest part of who we are, where in all actuality, that's the smallest part of who we are. The biggest part of who we are is that invisible part of you. It's that invisible, intangible part of you, which is most of who you are. Your spiritual, emotional, and your intellectual, or the mental part of you. All that's invisible. If it's invisible and if it's intangible, it's spiritual in nature. So if you hear me say spiritual and subjective, I'm talking about that intangible, invisible part of who you are, which is a greater part of who you are. What goes on inside of you is going to directly influence your outer experience. That's a fact. So if you have a messy mind, if you have messy thinking, if you have all these messy things going on inside of you, well, the outside expression of that is going to be a direct reflection of what's going on inside. It's going to be messy. If you're negative in nature by thought, if your thinking is negative, then your outer experience tends to be more negative. You all know people that are really negative and their life isn't all that nice. Use that as an example, basically. And so we want to address things that are the mind, the intellect. We want to address also the emotional part of you. And we want to address the spiritual and obviously the physical part of you. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what it takes to remain healthy, to stay healthy. So I think what some of the questions that we really want to focus on is that, what are you already doing that has worked for you? And what have you done in the past in your personal experience that has not worked for you? Because you know what that is. I mean, although we all are very similar in nature, obviously because we're all human, we're not all exactly the same. So we may have some obvious differences between how we operate, what works for one person versus the other person. So notice, what are the things that do work for you? What works for you when you're staying really healthy, you feel like you're thriving, you feel strong, attractive, sexy and energetic. What are you doing right versus those times that you feel really down on yourself, or things aren't going very smoothly? And start making a notation of that. I usually have my little notebook where I write little notes about things that do work and don't work. I keep track of myself. And those kinds of things also help a lot to be more connected to who you are, what you do, how you think, what you believe, how you're feeling, all these different things, okay? So looking at that from that perspective, I want to make sure that we're very clear on that. Let's start off a little bit with the mental part, the mental aspect. When I start talking about the mind, I'm talking about the very things that have to do with how you think, the quality of your thinking, your education and your challenges, because that's what stimulates your intellect. And we always want to have some ongoing stimulation. We want to have ongoing stimulation by the way we educate ourselves throughout our lives, the way we stimulate our mind with what kind of information, the way we use faculties of mind, like visualization, imagination, and other faculties of mind, like what you smell and taste and touch with your mind. So in other words, you want to continue to exercise the mental muscle by also exercising the muscle through the use of its faculties, the mental faculties, which are akin to what we see here, taste, touch, and smell, but from a mental subjective perspective, okay? Because that's how you develop more and more points of reference. That's how you keep a very flexible mind and quick thinking processes that not only help with creativity, problem solving, but your intuition as well. So we want to make sure that we not only focus on the quality of thoughts, the way we stimulate our mind through challenges, education, by the use of the mental faculties, especially visualization and imagination, and how we are going to continue to exercise that mental muscle through time and also through meditation. So meditation is an ongoing thing. Now, some of you saw me before we got started I took like 1 minute with a 3-finger technique entry to meditate on how I wanted this webinar to work. That 1 minute meditation I do throughout the day. For me, it's really important that I stay connected with my inner self, because that keeps me in flow. That sometimes turns chaos into flow. When I feel stressful or tense and I want to be really clear and focused and be in control of my inner state, because when I do that, I'm in control of my outer state, then I do those little 1 minute meditations, just kind of zone in, have a purpose in mind for doing that. I have an outcome that I picture and I experience. I open my eyes and I continue going. I have lots of those 1 minute meditations or opportunities to do those throughout the day. And I know you do too. So when we're talking about the mind, the main thing that we want to do is focus on the quality of your thinking. You cannot stay healthy throughout the rest of your life if you have negative thoughts, negative expectations, and along with that, negative beliefs. It's not going to happen. And when you say like sometimes or all the time, it's all the time. You have absolutely no room to be negative at all, anytime, no matter what it is. Now, you might have people around you, your spouses, people that you work with, or your bosses or family members that may be very negative. Fine, that's their problem. You still have to do your very best to stay as positive as possible at all times, especially when it comes or to projects or work or health or love or the things that you value the most, because that's going to be vital for health. Okay, health is easy to achieve. Health is easy to regain, and health is easy to maintain so long as you're consistent about your lifestyle and your practices. And thinking positively is one of those things that you have to practice to stay on target and be consistent about. Congruency is very important too, because what you think, you need to act out. If you're thinking, I want to be, or I am a non-smoker, I'm going to be a non-smoker, I am a non-smoker, or whatever it might be, then you need to follow that with persistently with your actions as well. You can't say, I want to be a non-smoker and pull out a cigarette and smoke it. That's inconsistent, that's incongruent. So congruency is important, consistency is important, and sticking to your outcome is important. A lifestyle, if you're going to upgrade your lifestyle, which is probably what you might want to do if you're not already doing all these positive things for yourself, you're going to upgrade your lifestyle, you need to be consistent for at least, I will say, at least a month. Some people say 21 days, others say longer than that. Other people say as long as 90 days, because it really, you're able to really make it your own. You're able to own this new lifestyle and always continue to reinforce that lifestyle. Again, you're only human. When you're upgrading your life in whatever it is, whether it's your thinking, your beliefs, your behaviors, your habits, your practices, no matter what it is, there may be times that you're going to have a bit of a relapse. That's okay. You're allowed to do that. Just get back on track as soon as you can. Okay, just go right back on track. So your thinking has to be very, very, very positive, consistent, and congruent, okay? You need to always stimulate yourself with education, knowledge, and be able to continue to thrive in that way, to feel that you're feeding that mental muscle and you're making it work by using the faculties of mind. Remember that your faculties of mind is what your intelligence uses to zoom or roam around this subjective environment of yours, the internal world, the subjective world that's unfathomable, it has no limits whatsoever. But the more you're able to use your mental faculties, the more your intelligence is able to reach out and feel and see and taste and touch and smell with no limitations whatsoever, because your mental senses have no limitations. It can go through dimensions and through time, and go into the microcosm down to energy, subatomic levels, atomic, molecular, cellular, organ, systems, body, outward to other people or other communities, out to maybe space, and so out to the macrocosm. So I say this because with your mental faculties, you can gain so much knowledge, information, experience. You can do so much healing of yourself and others. You can do so much, but you've got to be able to practice with the mental faculties at all times. So make sure that you're doing that through your meditations. Meditations are key. You need to develop a practice, a lifestyle to meditate. People often ask me in my classes, well, when am I supposed to do this? When am I supposed to meditate? I am a manifestor. One of my favorite cups. But people often ask me in my seminars, when do I make time to practice? And I say, well, it's not a matter of when you do it. It's a lifestyle. When you were going through your trainings and you did your audio programs, and some of you have gone obviously through the live seminars as well, which is really, by the way, the best way to learn because you get on or hands-on experience. You are going through a training, and that training takes you through a lot of mental exercises where you go very deep within, the centering exercise, some of your projection exercises with Silva intuition system. Some of the meditations that you literally go through can be very long. And that's training. You can go into really deep theta frequencies, and you can go into deep alpha frequencies, and sometimes you lost awareness. All that is fine, because what you're doing in your training basically is opening up the doorways or the doors into the deeper inner frequencies of your brain and inner states of mind. As you're doing that, in your deep meditations, you're establishing points of reference. In other words, you're establishing markers when you're really deep and still conscious of your experience. You're saying, oh, wow, this is how it feels to be so deep. My breathing is very calm and passive. My muscles feel so relaxed. I feel so good. It feels very deep. I'm not asleep. That's a point of reference. That's a point of reference that you want to recall, so that once you go through your training during the day, and many times throughout the day, you can go in to do whatever programming you need to make, or come up with an idea or a solution or whatever it is, and then come out in 10 seconds, a minute, or longer. It doesn't matter. And so you live it, you practice it as a lifestyle, to access information, to access resources, to get direction, to get ideas, to solve a problem, to energize your goals, to energize yourself. And you can do this in as little as 10 seconds or to a minute. I call this, Silva on the go meditations, or E2 and E3 meditations. E2 meditations because you engage your subjective energies of desire, belief, and expectancy, and you all know about that. And you also engage emotional energy like love, gratitude, appreciation, coherent emotions that really support you along your way. And E3 meditations is when you're actually go a step into the outcome experience, and you have a desire that you really want to achieve it, a belief that you're going to make it happen, and the expectation, without doubt, full conviction that you're going to make it happen. And you go into the experience and you're already achieved it as if it's already happened, and you feel, yes, I'm so grateful for this. And then as you notice, my body's already sitting up straighter, I have a smile on my face, and my hands are moving, I'm almost like living it out. So when you engage your body energy, I call that E3 meditations, because it's subjective energies, emotional energies, and body energies, and that makes for a very powerful meditation, okay? So you know how to do this. You need to either review some of your audio programs or come back and review with me in a live seminar. You know I do live seminars all the time. You know, I'm going to be doing one here in Laredo, Texas at the end of the month, the 27th, 28th, 29th, and March 1st. I'm doing a Silva Life Systems, Silva Intuition 4D immersion. And then I'm going up to Vancouver next month, and I'm going to be doing a Silva Manifesting. And then I believe I'm in New Jersey after that with a Silva Manifesting. And then I go to Spain the month after that. So if you look at my schedule on our website on silvamethod.com, you're going to find that my schedule is going to be upgraded or updated on an ongoing basis. I love to be with people. I love to go out. I love to connect with everyone. And I want you to succeed more than anything else. I want you to succeed in all your goals and all your dreams and everything that you want to accomplish. But you need to meditate, okay? You need to do what it takes to make it happen. Meditation is one of those things. Positive thinking is one of those things. And using your mental muscle is one of those things, okay? So enough said about that. We can always go back to that. If you have any questions whatsoever about meditation, about E2, E3 meditations, about 1 minute, 10-second meditation, ask me. I'm here as your friend. I'm here as your mentor. I'm here as your teacher. I'm here as your coach. And I want to be here for you every 2 weeks if I can, if not more than that, okay? So like, work with me and I'll work with you and we can really grow together. And I really look forward to that. Now, the emotional part of you is also a really important thing, because you're not going to maintain your health the rest of your life if you have emotional issues. Now, it's normal to have ups and downs. Again, we're only human. Things happen in life. We go through stressors, we go through life changes, we go through situations, family, our love, relationships. There's a lot of things that go on in every human being's life. But you've got the tools to roll around it, to work through it, to navigate through tough times. You have within you to make it all happen. You have tools greater than you even imagine that you haven't even accessed. You have resources greater than you even thought you had that you can access, because they're always available to you. You have ways to overcome all kinds of issues that may be holding you back from health or regaining health or remaining health the rest of your life. You can make it happen. You can upgrade everything about your life and create a better you by upgrading how you think, believe, and behave in great part, okay? So when it comes to emotional factors, we're talking about emotions, especially those things that cause fear and or anger, because really those are the two greatest emotions that we have to work with. When you think about fear, you're usually thinking about something that's future and has not yet come, but yet you have in your mind this thing, oh my God, what's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen with the economy? What about this world? What about the wars? What about the crime? What about the politics going on? What about? Am I going to make it? Will I have enough money when I retire? What's going to happen? And we're worried about something that hasn't even happened yet instead of focusing on the now. The now is all you truly have. And as you can see, the now is always fleeting. What I just said, it's already past. So the now is literally a transformation, or to say a transition of future to past. Because everything I say is already the past. It's really a fleeting moment. And your now can be defined in many ways. Now is this fleeting moment. Now is what I'm doing here in this hour with a webinar. Now is where I'm in this room tonight, my office building. Now is where I'm living in Laredo, Texas. Now is that I'm in my 60s. Now is that I'm a human. I may be another planetarian sometime later. But so how you define your now depends on you. But it's always a fleeting moment. Now, if you feel anger, it's usually something that it's in relationship to something that's already passed. So if it's anger that you're feeling, and you're triggering anger on an ongoing basis, you probably have to do some past work. You need to do some work on some past issues, whether it be childhood issues, traumas, whether it's going to be relationship issues that you haven't quite let go of. You need to neutralize those things because they don't mean a damn thing anymore that in that same way, unless you give it life and you carry it within you on an ongoing basis. So we need to release anger. And how do you release anger? You're going to forgive. In great part, you're going to forgive or yourself, or you're going to forgive others. Because otherwise, you're going to hold on to that anger. You're going to hold on to those sentiments, that negativity, those grudges, the suspicions. All that's not good for you. Jealousies or regrets or whatever it is. You don't need that. You don't need that because it's only going to hurt you. It's going to hurt your relationships, your health. You're not going to stay healthy long if you're holding on to grudges, if you're holding on to anger. It's not going to happen. You're going to weaken your immune system. You're going to lessen the quality of your living experience. And you need to let it go by forgiving. Now, all of you have probably gone through some meditation on forgiveness with me, through whether it's on Silva Mind Body Healing, or it's going to be on the Silva Intuition, or one of the courses that we taught. We talk about forgiveness. If not, let me know. We can talk about that next time, and I'll send you a meditation on that. But forgiveness is vital, because you've got to release the past. You've got to release those people who have even hurt you or have caused you pain, because it's past. And the only one that's being hurt right now is you, by holding on to it. I remember the past having several people, but one in particular, who had stolen a necklace from my home when we were younger. 20 years had passed. And she writes me a note and she starts saying, I apologize. I remember you asked if I had borrowed your necklace, and I said no, and I lied, and all along had stolen it, and I feel so bad, and I think about this day in and day out, and it just bothered me so much. I'm thinking, really? I had forgiven her a long time ago. I had let it go. I didn't even care about that necklace. And for 20 years, she's been carrying this guilt. Guilt is one of the greatest stressors that is going to hurt your immune system. Guilt, working under conditions that you hate, but you seem like you feel like you're stuck, having lost someone of great value or something of great value, like a death of a loved one, maybe a marriage, maybe getting fired from a long-time job. And a lot of little things, like your car breaks down, your tire gets flat, you can't pay your bills, the kids are upset. All these little things, like when they pull together, can also cause a lot of stress. These are stressors that impact your immune system, and they have to do with emotions of anger, emotions like guilt, for example. And you need to relieve them, you need to release them, you need to let them go, because if not, they start showing up in your life. First signs of stress because of these stressors like guilt, or having lost a loved one, or having lost a job, or because you're working or living under conditions you hate, things like that, is that you begin to get maybe headaches, insomnia, maybe aggravated ulcers, aches and pains. If that's all you've got, you're lucky, because that's one of the easiest things to overcome. Meditate once a day. Use the techniques for headache control, for sleep control, for pain management, for deepening. I mean, those who take care of these things, if you did them once a day, you know what to do, but you've got to do it. See, that's the only thing. You've got to do it. If you don't take care of it and you continue to live with stress and you don't address it, situations in life or in your health can get worse. That's when you start getting things like maybe high blood pressure, glaucoma, maybe arthritis, hypoglycemia. It gets a little bit more serious with time. And if you don't and if you have those situations, then we recommend that you go into your meditations twice a day for 15 minutes each time, just to relieve yourself of that stress chemistry that builds up inside you. But if you don't address those things can really get bad. If you're living under chronic stress day in and day out, and you continue to live that way, on and on and on and on, then you're going to find that you're going to have more serious things like heart problems, blood problems, like immune deficiency problems, autoimmune problems, cancer, leukemia. I mean, some really serious stuff. And you can heal from that. You can get back to health from that. But you have to participate in the healing process probably more than anybody else does. Too often I hear people say, oh, but my doctor's got to give me a new procedure. Oh, I have a new strategy. Or I'm going to have, a new medication. That's not good enough. Yes, you take it. Yes, you go through it. but you've got to do your part. You've got to meditate 3 times a day. You've got to make sure that you step into that you that is strong, healthy, whole, and complete, and vibrant, and that you're doing the things that you love to do, and that you do this, on at least 3 times a day if you're feeling that ill. If you're strong and healthy and vibrant right now, then I would say as you're jogging, as you're exercising, as you're eating, as you're cooking, you can picture yourself, strong, healthy, vibrant, eating food that's going to help you to stay healthy, drinking beverages that's going to help you to stay healthy, exercising to stay healthy. And you always, put yourself in that image and experience of always being healthy through time. Okay? So remember, stressors are going to hurt you. That if you're going to be under stress, if you're going to be experiencing fear and or anger on a regular basis, you need to address it. You need to figure out what's causing this anger, neutralize those past experiences, and what is causing this fear, because fear is mostly associated to the future, because you have the resources, you have the tools, and you have the skills to overcome anything that may be thrown your way or that may be coming your way. You can navigate through times of uncertainty. Call your shots, take life by the horns, and take it where you want to take it. But the only way you're going to do that is by creating those visions of how you want your life to be. And always in the back of your mind, say this and or better than that. Okay, so emotionally, you need to forgive. You also need to have some form of acceptance. Strong relationships, you need to make sure that you have good relationships with people that you can vent with, be authentic with, share your deepest dreams and desires, that support you, accept you, that are there to uphold you, to just support you more than anything else. We also need to be able to express our emotions and our feelings and be true to our emotions and feelings more than anything else. Be able to know when to say no, be able to call the lines, set clear boundaries, and be able to take care of your inner experience, because you need to. That's going to sustain your health for the rest of your life. So be able to caress and love. If you have a specific, a special someone, a husband, a wife, your significant other, if you have a lover, whatever, a partner, and you're in a loving relationship, make sure that you're able to caress and touch and exchange, body fluids, make love, have sex, all these good things, because this is going to help you to thrive. You need to have all these things working for you, working with you. And it's really important that you're able to keep those bonds really strong, depending on the kind of relationship that we're talking about. Because it's really important that relationships are like 85% of the concerns or consumes your thinking. I know that if my husband and I ever have a little glitch, or I'm having an issue with one of my children, it really consumes me. I really have to deal with it, work it through, and get to the bottom of it, because otherwise I can't function the same, because relationships are that important. Having contact with others is one way to keep yourself really healthy. Hugging, kissing, exchanging fluids, is really, really important. My father, had 10 children, okay? But my father, we always had a rule in his house that when his children came together with their spouses, they always greeted with a kiss and an embrace, and they always parted with a kiss and an embrace. And you were always to sleep together in the same bed or on the same bed, because he just felt you have to do that. And he said it's really important that you also, make love and exchange body fluids, because let's say it's like, here's you and here's your spouse, and you have this wonderful, wonderful yellow aura, and your spouse has this wonderful blue aura. And when you come together, you literally become one. Your auras will blend, and now you have this radiant green aura. And the aura is stronger and more radiant the more you're able to connect, touch, and exchange chemistry. But if you don't do that enough, it's as if maybe, this is his explanation, your auras begin to pull away from one another, because you don't have that constant exchange, affection, caressing. And as they do, then this beautiful blue aura may find himself a beautiful, let's say, red aura, and the color is going to change here, or you the same, your yellow might blend in with another color, and so now it becomes a little different. I don't know if that makes sense to you. It made perfect sense to me, and I always make sure that My husband and I always make sure we kiss and hug, and of course a lot of other things as well. And we have a wonderful relationship. So relationships are really important. So those are really key elements, as far as staying healthy and maintaining health, is that you certainly make sure that the emotional part of you is healthy, strong, whole, and complete, as is your mind and intellect. The other part is obviously your spiritual part, because in order for you to be truly whole, healthy, and complete for the long haul, for the rest of your life, all of you has to be healthy, whole, and complete. You can't just be healthy physically and work out and everything and have a really bad attitude or a bad thinking process or negative emotions, or feel like you're alone, not connected with anybody else, and you're like in this world by yourself. The spiritual you needs to have some kind of connection with other spirit bodies. And all of us are spirit bodies. We have this energy within us, and we're all spiritual in nature. So whether or not you believe in God or universal source energy or whatever, however you want to refer to that one big universal source of energy, whether or not you believe in that, that's fine. But you notice that there's billions of other beings on this planet that also carry their own spirit, and even in bonding with some other people or a group or a family or friends, you are connected spiritually. That is a source of support to some degree. I often tell people, do you believe in the Big Bang Theory? And they say, yes, I don't believe in God, but I believe in the Big Bang Theory. I said, okay, so what's the basic concept behind that? And they say, well, that there was this one big, dense, very powerful energetic mass that exploded into what? Well, into everything that exists. Where? In the entire universe. Entire universe. One mass that exploded. That's one source. So even if you look at it from a scientific level, that one source that exploded into all these gazillion bits of everything that exists, including ourselves, is the source from where we all come from. When we look at our whole constitution, we say, okay, at the very core of who we are is energy. And that energy comes together in a certain way that gives rise to subatomic particles. Everything in the universe has subatomic particles. Subatomic particles have a way that come together to form atoms. Everything in the universe, at some level, have maybe atoms. Atoms come together and form molecules. Everything that's inanimate in nature, everything that is inanimate, I'm not saying they don't vibrate and move and have a lot of life in there, but inanimate in the sense that they don't reproduce themselves. Everything that's inanimate has molecules, including you and me. So at those levels and depths, at the energetic level, that's in everything, at the subatomic level, atomic and molecular level, we are all related. All matter is related. And then molecules have a way of coming together to form cell life. At the point of cell life, at that existence, at that level, we have primary perception. Tests have been done with Cleve Baxter originally with plants at the primary perception level where plants could perceive. Now we know that. We know that there's a sense of perception at that primary level, at the cellular level. We have cells. Plant life has cells. And in that way, all life forms, no matter whether it's a one single cell animal or plant, we all are related. And then come cells that come together to form tissues and organs and systems. And all animals have tissues, organs, and systems. So we are related to all animal life as well. And then come human beings who also have intelligence that is knowing, an intelligence that's aware of its life, can be problem solving, of course, destructive as well, but we have problem solving abilities. We have faculties of mind that intelligence uses, these mind faculties, and projects them outward as feelers to perceive information, to bring back that information for problem solving, for ideas, for inspiration, for healing, self and others. And in that way, all humans are related. So at a spiritual, subjective, and tangible level, we're all related, and we come from one source, and that one source allows us to either respond to it, lean on it, because that source seems to respond to our thoughts, images, intentions, to our fears, our angers, to everything. It responds to us without discrimination, which means that if I say to myself, I don't want to be sick, I don't want to be sick, I don't want to be sick, really, please God, I don't want to be sick. But all I'm saying is I don't want to be sick. Then how we communicate with this energy, this universal source energy, is through images and emotions and intentions. And what this energy, from where all things come, is observing is images or that it can perceive, which is sick, because I and sick are the only two words that can be transformed into images. Don't want to. There's no words that show or express, or there's no images, that express don't want to or want to. It's just I sick. So you might as well change it around, say, I want to be healthy. So now I healthy is what's being radiated out as images, which is the language that you have to communicate with universal source energy from where all things come. So you might as well give it a shot. If you're going to think a certain way, you might as well think in a way that's going to attract more of what you want, not what you don't want. So remember to eliminate things like, I don't want this. Say what you do want. I want to be healthy. I want to thrive. I want to live vibrantly. I want to have love in my life. I want to live with abundance. I want to live with great joy. I want to live a fulfilled life. I want this. And again, to say I want and be in the experience is as good as saying I am healthy, I am strong, I am. And it may be even better, because sometimes people, when they're not healthy and they're feeling very, very ill, and they say, I'm healthy, I'm healthy, I'm healthy. In the back of their mind, they're saying, who are you trying to kid? You're not healthy. You're sick as a dog. What's wrong with you? And if you're thinking this, and there's inconsistencies in what you're saying and what you're believing, it's not going to work. Even affirmations won't work. So what I'm promoting to you, and I did this we have a program called Silva Total Life System, or Silva Total Life. It's a monthly subscription program. And in last month's, I think, lesson, we're talking about living affirmations. When you have an affirmation, it really doesn't matter if you say, I am, I want, or I will. Because the way we do affirmations in Silva is that once you create it, you go into the experience and you live it out as if it's already happened. I'm already healthy. So even if you say, I want to be healthy, and you get into the experience, and now you experience yourself as healthy, and every time illness comes to mind, you cancel it out, and you immediately go into health and the experience of health, and you allow your body, brain, and mind to own that health, then in that sense, it doesn't matter what you say, because the experience that you're living out, the affirmation that you're living out, is much more powerful than the words that you're saying, okay? So every time you want to say an affirmation, say it. But as you say it, get into the experience of already having achieved it, okay? Very important to remember. So when it comes to that spiritual connection, it's really important that you connect spiritually, or to your concept of God, or to source energy, universal source energy, to other spirits that are walking around you within your families, your source of support, whatever it might be. Love is really important to share with others. Extending a helping hand is building yourself up spiritually, giving your life value and purpose, and helping to fulfill your life's purpose. Finding your purpose, for one. If you don't know what your life purpose is, start by helping others, doing something in the area that you like the most, whether it's gardening or cooking or sewing or tidying up. It doesn't matter, okay? Also appreciating goodness, ideas, beauty, nature, art. That's also very, very important to do as well. So these are the things that we know that work to keep us healthy, or in mind, or emotions, or in spirit, but we need to do them always and consistently. And of course, the body. Now, again, it doesn't take a rocket scientist as to what it takes for the body to be strong and healthy, does it? We know that the body is going to require certain things. The body's going to require that you eat properly, that you exercise, you breathe, nice deep breaths, and take some time to concentrate on your breathing, that you are able to, use proper hygiene, because hygiene is very important for your health, obviously. Brushing the teeth and, the cleanliness of your body, protecting yourself, all these different things, very important. You need to sleep. You need to sleep a proper amount of hours. Now, we don't know how long it takes, to keep every individual specifically healthy. I, for one, 8 hours is my time. I go to sleep at 9:30. I wake up at maybe 5:30 in the morning. But for me, that is so good. I like to have my sleep. And I'll go to sleep early and wake up early. I love to wake up early. I love to just really have a good night's sleep. So if you're not sleeping in that way, you need to find a way to shift your lifestyle to allow yourself to sleep more time. Yes, go out and have your party nights. Go out and have a good time and enjoy yourself, but make sure that you're able to compensate yourself into sleep, either throughout the day through meditations and things that you have to do. So we also said that rest is really important, and rest is different than sleep. Like, your meditations are good. Meditating is resting, so to speak. So you've got to rest. Recreation, fun things, laughter, socializing with others is also very important. So again, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out, does it? It just takes for us to do it on an ongoing basis. For me, exercise and nutrition, everything I just mentioned, I do it all. I mean, I usually get up in the morning, get myself ready. I do some work around 5:30 to 6, 6:30 to 7, depending on daylight saving time or whatever. I'll hit the streets basically to go running between 6 and 7 in the morning. I usually run maybe 4 to 5 miles a day, but I'm not too, I don't mind. If it's only 3, fine, it's only 3. If it's only 2, fine, it's only 2, but do something. Now, you don't even have to run like I do. I've been doing it for like 30 years because I gained 80 pounds with my daughter's pregnancy, with Sarah Lee, my daughter, when she's now 30, going to be 31, but when she was born, I had gained 80 pounds. I had to reduce the weight. I wasn't going to stay like that. She was not an 80-pound baby. So I started to jog, and I could only jog like maybe a half block the first time. And I said, fine, at least I did it. And then the next day I would go a half block or a little bit more, but never less. And the next day I would go maybe a block and a half and a little bit more, but never less. By the time you knew it, I was doing 3 blocks, and 3 became 6, and 6 became a half mile, and a half mile became a mile, and then that became 3, and then 5, and I was doing marathon runs, So, and by the time I was running 50 miles a week, my weight went down. I was doing great, and I felt super. And I always give myself permission to not go out for a run if I didn't feel like it. But also, I always make sure I locked in the great feeling I would have as I was coming home from a run. Because to me, it was really important, because I felt good. I felt so proud of myself. I felt like, yes, you're doing something great for yourself. Just do it, do it, do it. And I would lock it in, because the next morning, if I didn't feel like going for a run because I was being lazy, the first thing I would do is put my fingers together, lock into that feeling of, I did it, of accomplishment, achievement, of health. And I tell myself, are you kidding me? I'm going to miss out on this great feeling because I'm lazy. And right away, I dress up and go out for a run again. So you have to find what works for you, but you need to move more and be able to eat a little bit less if you're working with a weight issue. Your weight is going to be one of your biggest enemies. You know that. And habits that hurt your health, like smoking or abuse of drugs or over drinking, drinking too much alcohol, you know what they are. So manage them. I like to drink. I like my cup of my glass of wine. I like to have an occasional tequila shot. I'm Latina, Mexican on the border. Of course, I'm going to have a tequila shot every so often. I like to eat, but I'm going to eat healthy. When given a choice, I always pause before I go out for something that's not going to be healthy, and I think, choose healthy. And I'll choose healthy, and I always manage my intake. I eat everything I want to, but I eat in moderation. I always chew my food to a pulp, and I also make sure that I pull away from the table when I'm like maybe 50 to 60% comfortable, not 110% stuffed. I drink plenty of fluids, so that's, and I eat very slowly, because I allow the food to register in my body that I have had it. So I tend to eat a lot less food, get satisfied a lot more. I chew it, like I said, very, very, very completely to a pulp, and eat slowly, and I pull away from the table. For me, those are little techniques that always work. The one thing I also, because I had to reduce so much weight at one point in time, that one thing I learned and I came across was a product called Isagenix. Now, I know there's a lot of great products out there. That's my product of choice. You don't have to go along with that. But what I do enjoy their nutritional intake. I like their weight reduction plan because they have some great protein powder drinks and they have some veggie ones as well. I really enjoy them. They're very fulfilling and satisfying. They have a whole system that works for them or for me. And I've been doing it for about maybe 4 years now or so. And I use all their vitamins. I use their facial things. They use like their creams and things. And I use all their weight reduction plan, like their protein powders, and I mean everything that they have when it comes to that. That's my favorite. They have a lot of things, but that's what I focus on the most. So it's called Isagenix, Isagenix. I mean, if you want more information, you can always call me or log on to me or call one of my friends, Lilia, and I can send you those links later. But her number is 507-358-1606. And you can always replay this. I think, I'm not really sure. But if not, we can send you some of this information if you're interested. The reason I like this particular product is because I usually have a protein shake in the morning. And then I have a light meal, because I don't eat all that much, but I like to eat all day long. And then I have, snacks throughout the afternoon. And I have a very light dinner with my husband. And for me, that works. I mean, it's really satisfying and I like it. I exercise. I practice my meditations. I do my breathing. I have very strong connections with people. I do everything I know how to do to be strong, healthy, whole, and complete in mind, emotions, spirit, and body. Throughout the day, I meditate in and out. In the morning, I do my maybe 5 to 15-minute meditation. Sometimes it's longer because you always have a time to meditate in the morning. At night, as I'm going to sleep or as I'm entering sleep, I always enter sleep doing a meditation, checking out my day, correcting issues that may have come up, coming up with new ideas, energizing my goals. But during the day, I go in and out and in and out as I need it to calm myself, to manage my anger or fear if I have it, because I'm not one to get angry or afraid of much. To be able to energize myself, to strengthen my goals, to come up with ideas or solutions. And I do that all throughout the day. That's my lifestyle. That's a lifestyle. Now, again, I'm going to be 62. I'm still running anywhere from 3 to 5 miles, 5 days a week. I eat healthy. I have a vibrant, very thriving, happy life, and you know what I mean. I have a sparkle to my eye, smile to my face. I have a great relationship with my husband, and it's a wonderful living experience, and it gets better and better every day and in every way, and I want that for you as well. Now, guys, you haven't asked me any questions. Maybe I'm just talking too much, and I would like for you to be able to ask me. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this a little bit because maybe you have, and I just haven't noticed. So let me see here. Let me see. If I refresh, I don't see any. Irina, maybe you can help with the refreshing thing. So, it's going to give me a little chance because sometimes there's a little bit of a delay. So let me see if I can get some of your questions. But until I get some of your questions coming up, let's just do this. Let's do a quick little meditation with the 3 fingers technique. So I want you to remember what it feels like to enter your meditations. So put your 3 fingers together, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and relax. Bring to mind your points of reference when you have been in deep state of mental relaxation and physical relaxation. Notice that your breathing is always deep and rhythmic. So breathe that way and relax. Release any tension and pressure you may be experiencing. And create an image of yourself completely healthy, whole, and complete in every way, in spirit, mind, in body and emotions. Imagine what that would look like. Put that on your mental screen. Imagine that you that is so healthy and vibrant, energetic, you're thriving, you're smiling, your posture's great, your body weight is ideal for your type, your muscle tone is looking really good. You got a good stride, when you walk, you have a good pep to your walk. You show strength. You look fabulous. Now imagine in whichever way you can that image of you comes towards you, or you walk up to it and step into that you who is healthy, whole, complete, and thriving. And as you step into that you, feel that you as if it's that you already. And if it is you already, then enjoy your wonderful health. Feels great to be this healthy. Imagine as if your life is unfolding in front of you, like a movie unfolding in front of you. And imagine where you are now. And imagine taking a walk through your life as if you're walking through time into the future. It could be by the week, the month, the year, by the decades if you want. And as you walk through time throughout your life, you feel this healthy experience of life with you all along the way. As you're passing one year after the other, 5 years, 10, 15, 20, however many years that you want to go into the future, your stride is still strong, you're vibrant, your posture is strong. People comment about how great you look, that you eat up your years, that you look younger than you are. People really can't believe, oh my God, you're what? You're how old? No, you can't be. You look so young. And you say, yes, I know, I feel it. Age is just a number because I am ageless. I'm ageless, I'm energetic, and I'm thriving. And you can continue to imagine how your life is going to be healthy in every way, energetic in every way, and that you will be thriving in every way. Keep this in your mind. Allow your body, brain, and mind to know that you will thrive, be energetic, and healthy the rest of your life. Tell your body, this is what we're going to do. I expect this of you or better. Surprise me with better. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and then you're good to go. Now, here we have I'm going to keep you on for just a few minutes. And I hope that little meditation helped you because you can do this anytime throughout the day, okay? So Nelda says, I've been a Silva method practitioner for almost 10 years. Now it has changed my life in unimaginable ways, for which I'm absolutely grateful. I was wondering if you could be coming to Melbourne, Australia sometime soon, or if you would consider it as a venue for a Silva method seminar or retreat in the future. Nita, are you willing to organize this for me? I'd love to go. Of course I'll go. I mean, I will love to go to Australia, to Melbourne anytime. I have some friends in Melbourne, so I'd love for you to maybe get together with me, give me a call, and let's see if we can set something up, and we'll make it happen. You bet. Now, Ratsko is asking, how can I, through deep meditative state, gain more self-confidence and eliminate fear? How can I be in now totally? Are there some techniques that can help me myself to be in now and to feel that wonderful space around me? Okay. Self-confidence comes when you're doing things over and over and over again. You have done a lot of things that you have a great confidence in, right? Because we all do, whether it's going to be brushing your teeth or how you fix your hair or how you do some work that you do, whatever it is that you're really good at, it took practice and you have built confidence. So bring in that resource. It's a resource. Imagine yourself being in that state of confidence. And then when you feel confident because you know you're doing something so well, you've done it a million times and you're good at it, when you feel confident, I'm doing this confidently, do this in the meditation, you put your 3 fingers together and lock in that feeling of confidence. Then you go to a situation where you lack confidence and you picture yourself doing that you lack confidence in, but doing it very well with great confidence. And now they say you're afraid to speak in front of people. Picture yourself speaking in front of people, standing loud, making connections, being great. And then when you're doing it just right, press your two fingers again, bring in that resource of confidence and say to yourself, whenever I have a need or desire to feel, think, believe, or behave this way, all I need to do is press my three fingers together and I will get this confidence again. So then during your real life situations throughout the day, when you're in a situation where you need to access confidence, then before you actually are confronted with that real life situation, first take a couple of seconds, press your fingers together, close your eyes, recall that confidence and that you're doing that one thing very confidently. And when you connect with that resource, then open your eyes and go do it, okay? So let me know how that works for you. My opinion is that the spectra of medical knowledge must be wider, and I find your methods useful. Thank you. And then I'm a student of Old Medical School of University of Belgrade. Because of my style of living, a lot of studies, I find it difficult to be on the course and stay healthy and be energetic for a whole day. You've got to keep at it, okay? You will do it. You got to train your body, brain, and mind to accept health. So, and that's going to come by going to your meditations, picturing yourself healthy, stepping into the image of you healthy, and letting your body experience what it's like to be healthy all the time. Let your body learn how to regain health, how to live healthy, how to feel healthy, how to be healthy, okay? Do that in your meditations, being in the experience of health. Shelley is saying, I'm asking, what is life system versus manifestation? I need to know which one best fits my needs. The civilized system is the core program that we have. Civilized system followed by Silva intuition training. Civilized system is going to give you all the tools and techniques to help you master your internal experience, how to work with your modalities, how to use the voice inside your head, how to deepen your inner state, how to slow down your brain frequencies, how to use imagery and your mental faculties, how to eliminate pain, go to sleep better, how to do mind-body management. It's got loads and loads of training that is going to be required for all the other things to work best. So if you want to be really successful with Silva manifesting, which by the way, everything we do in Silva is manifesting a healthier you, creating a better you, creating a better lifestyle, a better job, better relationships, all about manifesting. But if you want to be really good at Silva manifesting, I always recommend take Silva Life System first, okay? And then go with the heart and soul of Silva, which is the intuition part, and that's Silva intuition. But always, regardless of what you're going to take next, first your Silva Life System, you'll be happy you did, and then venture out into the other programs, okay? So I think it's a requirement, to tell you the truth. Because I can hear you. Should I also purchase a Silva method for manifestation? You can always write to us. I mean, always, if you can get, sometimes we have promotions, you can also get them maybe at lesser prices. Whatever works best for you, we can help you along the way. We want you to have the products, but more than that, we want you to succeed, okay? All right, and then I keep telling myself a date to reach my goal for making a certain amount of money per month. I've been saying since November 15th, it's still nothing. Should I keep moving the date out? I think you should maybe make sure that goal is believable to you, because if you're not reaching it, it might not be a believable goal. If you say, I'm going to make, $200,000, per month, and yet you think in the back of your mind, are you crazy? You stupid? What's wrong with you? Yeah, whatever. Then you're not going to do it, because there's something objecting inside of you, or something that's not congruent or not believable. So you need to believe the kind of goals that you're setting. Otherwise, you're sabotaging yourself. Maybe you need to start off with maybe a certain amount higher than what you're already making. If you're making $50,000 per month, then say, I'm going to make 60,000, then 75, and then 100, and then until you get to that goal of $200,000 per month. But if you're making $1,000 per month, but you want to make $200,000 a month, something inside of you say, are you nuts? What? No way. And if that's what's going on, then you're sabotaging yourself. Your goals need to push you, yes, but they must be believable to you. Okay, so if they're not believable to you, you're sabotaging yourself. So make sure you reevaluate that situation, okay? Let me see here. I think those are the questions we have. I want to make sure that we want to get all of them covered. Let me go ahead and refresh one more time and give me a chance to be able to to get some new goals, some new questions that may have come in. And meanwhile, the question is, will this webinar be posted onto the website? Because I joined late. Yes, it will be. Okay, so you got that. Yay. And then Janice saying, thank you, Laura. And she said, could you please do a webinar about forgiveness or acceptance? I would love to. So guys, please tell me what you want me to talk to. I want to do this every 2 weeks. I want us to be really great friends. I want you to know you can lean on me. I want to be here with you. And you know that in the past, we were working with another organization that was doing our marketing, and I didn't have a lot of contact with you. And that's one of the reasons why I really was happy to kind of like pull away, because I felt like I wasn't being able to connect with my audience. And I love connecting with you guys. It really, again, it really means a lot to me for you to succeed. So I'm thrilled to be able to be doing this. So just tell me what you want. I'm here for you. I'm here for you all the time. I want you to know that. I want you to feel like you can connect with me, that I'm reachable, that I'm right here, okay? So just know that. And then Clara says, how about New York City? Manhattan need to. I'm going to be up in the New Jersey area, and that's going to be in the latter part of next month. Now, it's not too far to get to New Jersey, so I expect to see you there, Clara, okay? I want to see you there. So it says, love this webinar so much to remind ourselves about. Thank you. Well, thank you. Jorge Escobar says, great webinar. Can you repeat your phone number? The phone number to Isagenix, is that the one you're talking about? Yes, it's 507 358-1606, and that's with, you'll be talking to Lily there, because she'll help you if you want more information on Isagenix. You can also go to my Isagenix page, which is Laura, it's L-A-U-R-A, Silva, S-I-L-V-A, Quesada, Q-U-E-S-A-D-A, .isagenix.com, if that's what you're interested in. And now we can always guide you, okay? And then here, Nita, okay, that's it. I think we've got everybody covered. I had, great fun with you guys. I look forward to posting this, and, you can always connect with us again and give me some ideas. And we already have forgiveness and acceptance, maybe for the next webinar. So if you have more ideas on that, we'll always go with your ideas, and we're always out to please you. So thanks for being here. Mwah! Love you guys. Really had a great time. I really, really enjoyed this. I'm thrilled. Thank you so much for being part of it. Bye. Oh,